hate puppies.
It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Trade all those cookies.
Eat them.
I will. Once I'm done.
No, eat them now. I'm telling you,
Are we
they're
podcasting
amazing.
yet?
Sorry, yes.
Oh, this is for real.
What are we even going to talk about?
Cookies.
Cookies.
I appreciate you bringing the fear to me at the 1 minute mark. 40 seconds, and you've already given me the fear. I don't know, Troy. I got to be honest. The preparation this week for Inside the Pallet House. Welcome, everybody. Was
Have we heard from the mystery beer person in a while?
We have not.
Our RVer.
No, the river.
What?
RVer.
What sounded out?
Oh, RV-er. Recreational vehicle-er.
Just push the buttons. Try not to talk.
Jeez. Fine. You know what? I will. I'll just go ahead and
That was brutal.
you guys take it.
Welcome back to the Pallet House. You guys ready for some funny?
We're going to bring it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Where are the buttons? You're not pushing any buttons.
All I heard was a lot of filler right there, guys. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Bring in the funny. Yeah.
I didn't hear any buttons either. So we're all sucking right now.
This is going great.
Thank you, Homer.
I didn't know I was just...
Speaking of filler.
Speaking of Homers.
Yeah.
I was waiting to see what that segue was. Speaking of filler, I was like...
Yeah,
who-
you were giving us shit for filler, then you pressed Homer's button, so I was giving you shit for doing
Good
the
to have
same
you,
thing.
good to have you back, Ely.
Yeah, Ely's
It's been,
back.
Yeah.
3 episodes without him. He's full of piss and vinegar, I see.
I fucking hate vinegar. Who likes vinegar?
I don't like vinegar
It's
either.
fucking horrible.
Yeah.
All
Is
right.
it any good?
Yeah, what is it good on?
Other than for killing bugs or some shit?
Now, I do like vinegar. I do like
Cleaning.
some vinegar-based barbecue sauces.
Yeah.
So that's about I was about to say the only time, and if it's too vinegary, it sucks.
Yeah.
You have to have it just right. Like there can be a hint, but
Like
that's
Five
it.
But, like,
Guys
some
always
people-
has the vinegar with their
Yeah,
fries.
you
I'm like,
put it
who
on
are the
your fries,
communists
yeah.
to take this shit? All the
don't get
fucking
that.
jars are always untouched and dusty. Like, who?
That is very true. It is always the dustiest.
Maybe
jar
they
in there.
clean the
They're
tables.
the only
at the end
Five
of the
Guys
night.
that like vinegar.
It's in case some kid comes in there with a peanut allergy. Little known, if you just splash the kid with vinegar,
Yeah.
mellow out.
It's like an EpiPen.
yeah, very
Yeah.
much the original
Exercises demons.
What is vinegar for?
Nothing.
Isn't it when shit goes wrong? Isn't that why things turn to vinegar?
Yeah,
Like
it's
if-
fermenting.
Yeah, like you leave your white wine out, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, it turned to vinegar. That sucks."
Let's
Yeah.
keep it in the cabinet for cooking.
It's perfect. We'll put it on my fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that what's that? Thrasher's fries down in Ocean City.
Yep.
They made an entire fucking name for themselves off vinegar fries. That was their whole thing. Boardwalk fries are fries dipped in vinegar. Essentially, that's what Thrasher's made their name on, and they're not good.
Yeah, because
They
got
must be.
vinegar.
Somebody likes them.
Yeah, there are humans out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cave dwellers.
People's that
Well-
taste buds are all jacked up.
But
You're
how
right.
often do you reach into someone's bag of chips? Because fuck them. That's your chips too. And you reach into that bag of chips, and they're the salt and vinegar chips.
I don't mind salt and vinegar chips.
I can't stand them.
Weird enough.
Yeah, I used to hate them. And
But
then,
you tolerate them because you like chips.
right.
Well, there's that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Like actually every time I eat salt and vinegar, it's because it's the only chip in front of me.
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
like you're getting through it. You're
Right.
getting to that point where your taste buds have numbed out.
Who buys regular chips?
I'm so hungry.
I'll do a regular chip. I like a regular
I
chip.
feel like regular chips are just good for going on a sandwich or something.
Oh God, that's
Or a
the best.
Best,
It's
isn't
the
it?
Or a
best.
dip.
Ooh, and cottage cheese though, regular chips is the shit. Yeah, it's just an old weird thing that our family does.
Oh no, now I feel bad because that
Yeah.
sounds good, but I've never
It's
had
amazing.
it. Like
Trust
it
me.
sounds
Yeah.
right.
I'm not a big cottage cheese guy. I just feel like people I feel like I would. Whenever I do eat a regular chip, I'm like, these aren't bad. But
Yeah.
when I go to the store, I'm like, there's 517 flavors. I'll probably get one of
Exactly.
those. Like,
You're
I'm not
lower on
getting-
my totem pole,
Yeah, like
motherfucker.
you're probably good, but I'm definitely going to get something weird over here.
Exactly, yeah.
When I was a kid, my mom would limit my MSG intake, monosodium glutamate, because she thought for sure that's why I was hyper. It had nothing to do with
Yeah.
Sugar.
I'm fucking hyper and
Yeah.
I got some imbalances going
Yeah.
on. And So I never got.
MSG's known for that.
It is.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, it causes.
Everyone knows that the Asian population is crazy hyper.
Bouncing off the walls.
Can't keep track of them
guys.
fools. Yeah.
They're over here. They're over there. You never know what they're doing.
Exactly.
You seen Kung Fu? You ever seen Kung Fu man who hasn't had MSG?
Right.
It's very slow.
Yeah,
Very slow. That's how wrestling was formed.
Yeah, definitely.
for sure.
But
These are facts, people.
She used to limit
Tells
all
all this
that,
time.
all that. So like I was never allowed to eat that, and that is like a main ingredient in like all those flavored chips. And so for me,
But not regular chips?
no, because it's the flavoring.
Okay.
It's the flavoring. It's what's in beef bouillon, like ramen noodles. That's like a packet
Yeah, it is.
of like MSG
Okay.
because it's the cheapest way to make shit taste like something good.
Gotcha.
And so I never got that stuff as a kid. So I think I like regular chips because I was just so used to
You're
them.
bred on them.
Yeah,
So like
that-
what
that-
you had all the time.
So I would figure out, okay, I
Then
like.
Pringles showed up on the scene, and you're like, fucking mind blown.
Oh, because
All right, can we talk about the fact that the fucking Pringles can, you can't get your mitt in there?
I know, right?
That's the worst shit ever. You couldn't make the Pringles can with an extra millimeter of diameter so I can get my fucking gorilla knuckles in there. That shit drives me nuts.
like a man Pringle canister.
yeah.
Just a little
Why
bit
don't they
bigger so I can get my fucking mitt in there.
How about this? They're made. Obviously, they don't show up like that. Like,
Yeah.
make them double the size,
Right.
and double the size can, so we can get our
Yeah.
fat
Who
fingers
doesn't love
in
having
there.
the fucking Pringles crumbs on the floor of the car because you can't get your fucking mitt
Yeah.
in
Because
there.
you're dumping them all over yourself.
Right,
at
because you have no
80.
choice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I never really
Goddamn.
thought about it.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, these are the kind of first world problems that.
You're welcome, Pringles.
Yeah.
Yeah, something tells me that
They
the
make
R&D
like double
guy for
size
Pringles
shit
listens.
all the time. They make
Yeah.
smaller versions of candy bars and shit.
Yeah.
Like, do that. Try that.
Exactly.
Well, and what's that new? Don't they have a new shaped one that has like a hand grip?
But remember, it was the fucking beatboxing back in the day with the Pringles that was the shit. That's how they sold you. It was like you could do a dope ass tune on your Pringles.
Oh, yeah,
cans.
you could play like a bongo.
Pop it, remember? Boop, 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 and everybody's playing a fucking dope
That's a
ass
direct result of MSG.
Caribbean beat on your fucking Pringles cans. Based on how many chips you have in there, will dictate
Change
the tone of that
yeah.
motherfucker. Right?
It's
yeah.
just science.
It's
just
basically,
science.
yeah. It's kind of like when you do the rim job on the.
I'm sorry,
on the
what?
glass.
Yeah.
Come again?
On the
gla-
wine glass, and it makes the difference.
The rim job on the glass.
Yeah, I heard him.
Oh, okay.
You know.
I didn't know if you heard him.
No, but those dudes will play like damn Christmas carols. You'll catch that dude.
Yeah.
He'll sit there and play Silent Night on
Or
there.
ding fries are done.
What
Would
is
you
your,
like an apple pie with that?
What is your go-to chip flavor?
For me, it's more about the texture. I like a kettle cook over everything, and then I'll like go.
You
for
like
Those
your-
jalapeno kettle cooked are pretty dope.
amazing.
You like a bloody roof of the mouth type feel?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
mush,
going. That's what I'm
mush
going for.
palate.
Like
Yeah, so
my
I guess-
palate to be just
Yeah, raw.
Blood, blood,
Yeah, just
blood flavor.
chewed
I
up.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
No,
good
I
question.
do like a kettle cook.
I mean, the question that's as old as time is blue or red Doritos.
That is a question.
Well, blue being the Cool Ranch. I
oh
assume.
yeah. See,
What country are you from? Yes,
it's not what
Colorblind country, you fucking twat. God,
but I thought you had that figured out by now. Like you don't know what's blue?
I know the Cool Ranch says Cool Ranch on it. I can assume that one's
Playing
blue.
dumb now. He knows that motherfucker's
He
blue.
knew.
Well, I know because it's more blue than red.
Okay.
I mean, so I can.
So yes,
tell.
you knew that it was. Yeah.
But it says Cool Ranch on the side, which helps a lot.
Okay, so the red or Cool Ranch?
We'll straighten this out for you. Trust us.
The answer is Cool Ranch on this end.
I'm a nacho cheese kind of guy.
I like the red ones if I'm going against blue, but I like the purple ones too.
Ooh, the fiery ones.
The
Fiestas?
No, the chili, sweet chili ones.
Ooh, yeah.
Is this a lie?
No, this
I'm
is-
going to take my fucking headphones off.
Yeah, he doesn't know if there's purple ones. There are
They're
legitimately
purple ones.
They're rare, but they're out
These
there.
Cool Ranch are spicy. Like,
Yeah.
is that's some ill shit.
There's a lot of nacho cheese hints in this Cool
Yeah.
Ranch one.
Those guys.
I think they're pulling my leg.
Yeah. They mix the two together to get it purple.
Actually, have you ever done that?
No. Should
Take
I
a
be?
Cool Ranch and take a nacho cheese.
Nacho
Boom,
ranch?
nacho ranch.
Yeah.
Next level.
It is, for
Some
sure.
next level.
Right.
Brendan, where are you going? Get right down
Get
your
some
colors.
nacho ranch. yeah.
I was just writing something on the board because I gotta That
story?
reminded me of something.
I would say that I feel like barbecue is just a solid go-to.
I do not eat barbecue
Trash.
chips.
Really?
Don't
Yeah.
like them.
Wow.
You know what's underrated? The chili cheese Fritos.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
those
But
things.
The pink ones?
shit.
Yeah. Pink, brown.
I
get
can't
those
believe
colors
both of y'all don't like
confused.
barbecue. I thought most everybody liked barbecue. That's not a popular.
I
guess-
love sour cream and onion.
Yeah, I think sour. If I'm going to flavor a chip, generic flavor that everyone
Yeah.
has, sour cream and onion is the best.
I do have. I often say this when I go to Mexican restaurants. I think I have like a disease of chips. Like I can eat
Oh, I can eat baskets of those.
baskets.
things. Yeah.
Like I'm like an animal where I will never stop eating
Like
until I die.
Yeah. If it's like if you just keep bringing them
Yeah,
out, I will
right.
continue to eat them.
Exactly.
Like, please just stop.
Yeah, can I get like a mason jar to refill my queso dip with?
Yeah.
And just keep them chips coming. And then, my food's here.
I'm not
Fucking
even
stuffed.
hungry.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We always get the queso, we get the white sauce and the red sauce. It's just
Yeah.
they're all delicious.
So that white sauce outside of Richmond doesn't exist. Have you noticed that?
Oh, really?
No.
That's a Richmond thing.
Are you sure?
Unless it's found its way to Northern Virginia slowly. Like, that white sauce I'd never had till I got to Richmond. And now I go other places, and I'm like, this is odd. There's no white sauce.
Huh.
But it's like a sweet. Maybe it's a Southern thing because it's just like a sugary mayonnaise. You're like, so good. Just
Yeah.
I have no idea what the base is. Actually,
don't either.
I saw them making it the other day, and they were pouring
sour
milk
cream,
into
maybe?
it.
Oh,
Really?
that
They were
makes sense.
pouring
Well, I
milk
love it.
into it. But I don't know. I don't know where it's from. You're the one traveling all the time. You go to Mexican joints, and where were you? You were just in Nashville, right?
I was in Nashville 12 hours ago.
Did you get some hot chicken again?
I did not get hot chicken. I had to catch a Caps game, so ended up in the first honky tonk bar that had a big TV, and I ate a boatload of chips.
Were a lot of people there? Oh, they probably all hate the Caps, though, right?
I didn't know this, but apparently
They have a
Barry
hockey team.
Trotz was the coach for the
Yeah.
Predators?
Nashville Predators for all those years. So everybody was rooting for Trotz. So like there was Caps gear everywhere.
That's cool.
It was awesome. It was like Caps West.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So that worked out well for me.
I gotta wonder with the Caps, like with them playing the Knights, like they're not a historic team. Like, are more people pulling for the upstart team?
My bartender last night was a Knights fan,
Yeah.
and I was like, "You literally are a bandwagon fan." I mean, because there's no such thing. You
Yeah.
can't tell me. Well, my dad brought me up on him. I was like, "You're a bandwagon fan."
My great uncle played for him back in the day.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're lying to me. And so everyone, I didn't really have a whole problem with them until now. And now I'm furious that an expansion team's there. I never would have cared.
A buddy of mine got into a argument on Facebook, if you can believe that, about the Skins. He's a Skins fan, diehard Skins fan, my buddy Matt. And somebody's giving him shit. And he really laid it out there, and it got me thinking, and I thought it was pretty legit. He's like, I don't understand why anyone roots for anywhere. Like, you should always root for the home team.
Just the home
Where you
team.
are.
Yeah, wherever
Yeah.
you are. Like,
Sure.
you're an asshole if you don't root for whatever your home team is. And I was like,
Unless you move.
well,
But that's
unless
it.
you move,
your loyalty
but,
should stay with. I mean, if you had a team that you loved, why would you just change?
yeah,
Well,
but a
see-
lot of people don't move a lot. Like, a lot of people don't necessarily move
If
from
you were
East Coast to
born
West
somewhere
Coast.
and you don't like that team, like when you're in DC and you meet Dallas fans, you're a dick. Like you're a dick. And I don't like the Redskins at all.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. But people who were born in DC and then just start rooting for the Cowboys just to be a contrarian, I'm like, you got that.
yeah,
little,
but
you got that
I would
little
assume
bone
that
in you.
happens everywhere.
It does. People
Yeah,
just
it
root
does.
for the rival.
I think
Yeah.
what would happen, though, if I moved, I would like both.
Yeah, I can
know what I
see
mean?
that.
Yeah, because I always thought about moving to Charlotte, and it's like I'd always be a Redskins fan, but I'd have to become a Carolina fan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think.
As long as there's no
If
history
you want
there.
to, first off, with football, you want to survive. You better like wherever the hell you're living. Don't go around like I think you're an asshole if you go to other stadiums rocking your gear and just looking for a fight. Like you can wear your gear, but like certain places you shouldn't go rocking gear and then get drunk and start getting in people's faces. It's just not smart.
I've certainly walked into those wrong places.
Yeah,
wearing
I've
gear.
seen it.
It's like, ooh, this is more violent than I anticipated.
Like
this was
certain
going to be.
rivalries, you just don't do that. And it shouldn't be that way, but it is.
Yeah.
It's very true. You got to be careful, man.
Because most people I know don't necessarily root for, like, the Skins, the Nats. Like, they don't all – like, you have certain teams for certain sports, you know?
It's a team like the Nats, though, is only but so old. So you still have a lot of people who, like, already had a loyalty.
Fans, yeah.
So you get a lot of that.
And Braves fans around here because of the – you know, we had the minor league team for all those years.
I think that's just I agree with what you're saying, though. Like, if you don't have a – that's why I'm a Cavs fan, because in Chicago I didn't care about hockey.
Yeah.
So when I moved to D.C., it was like, this is my team. I like hockey now.
But that's so weird for you because you like football and baseball – Chicago.
For years, man, every time the damn Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup, I'd get the text messages, congratulations. And I'm like, don't congratulate me. I got knocked out in round 2. Like, I haven't even been watching. Like, I can't stand hockey.
Yeah.
Which has been very interesting because the hockey's still going, and it's June.
It's
weird for me.
Everybody, when people find out which football team I root for, everybody freaks out, and they're like, how and why do you pull for the Bengals? I'm like, because when I was a kid, they were good, and I liked them.
You're an icky shuffle guy.
And guess what? This doesn't happen, but I stuck with them. Like, everybody else is like, oh, I've been there. Like, no, you are a front runner. Most of you guys are front runners.
Yeah.
Just realized when this episode comes out, it'll be a week from today just because of how screwed up our schedule has become. And the Caps' fate could be decided by then for better or worse. And we're over here talking about it because we're still in the throes.
Feels pretty good to be champions. Long time coming.
I like that confidence right there. I like that.
Knew it all along.
Right.
I like that a lot.
So we are just coming off Memorial Day weekend. Y'all do anything cool?
Kinda. You know what I mean? I did like the ultimate staycation.
You had you had an anniversary or something, right? Or was that 2 weeks ago?
Fuck, did I have an anniversary?
Yeah, you did.
No, I mean, I did a while. A few weeks ago, but not over
I
Memorial
thought that was
Day.
Memorial Day. I'm all out of whack.
Yeah, no, I did, and I adhered to the rule. We're not getting gifts.
Nice.
And I got a gift.
Nice.
That was fucked
You
up.
got one or you purchased one?
No, I was gifted a gift.
Yeah,
that always
you
happens
were.
every time.
Always.
100% of the time.
Or they just tell you not to get anything and they really want you to.
Yeah. That is fact.
Yeah.
I bought her a flower.
A flower?
Yeah. Well, we talked about this because I usually plant flowers, so I bought her a flower. But I mean,
What did you get?
The constant gardener.
the Miata hat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what I was
right.
getting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's I dig it, but she wants me to wear it when driving the Miata, and it's not the kind of hat that a man won't get laughed at for wearing in a Miata. That's for sure.
So it was like a gag gift, or she like really likes.
No,
that?
she loved it because she heard it was like the linen anniversary, so it's like this like linen derby.
She buys
But
into
it's like-
that. It's the such and such anniversary.
Oh yeah, because there's that one website that's like that just
God.
decided what they all were, and there's so many things that they had to cull from that it's always like 4 different things.
Yeah.
And then you just pick the one that's the cheapest, or the best.
I love that it's like, diamonds and gold are so rare, except how many jewelry stores have all of that crap in it? Like, it's not like you don't ever see diamonds.
Right.
You don't ever see gold. It's like the mall down the street has like 12 jewelry stores in it, loaded full of that shit. It can't be that rare, right?
Trust us.
You've got to have it.
At a certain point, you actually want to know how many people died getting that diamond because they're not that rare. Like a blood diamond is almost a badge of honor. Like 4 people
How many
lost their
bodies
lives.
are on this thing?
Yeah, exactly. I see the clarity and the cut look really good. Now, what's this 4B? I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, 4 people died getting that diamond. Ooh.
Yeah. You got any 12s?
Yeah. Exactly.
12's a little pricey. I'm looking for like an 8 to a 9, maybe.
Yeah.
You got any of that?
Exactly.
Let's skimp on the clarity. Put one more body on that stone, and we'll take
Exactly.
it. I've got one of those.
If my
This one
wife-
actually has blood on it.
If my wife shows up with a single-digit blood diamond,
It's
she's
over.
gonna get run out of the room. Like,
Yeah.
I can't have that.
No.
Yeah. Her friends at the bridge club will just laugh hysterically.
Bunko.
I can't send her to Bunko
I don't
night
have a 0.
with no soles on her finger.
Yeah.
That's nonsense. That is, I never thought, because now De Beers or whatever, they're saying that they're going to start making them in the lab and they're actually going to start selling those
Yeah.
and pass them off as diamonds. But, they're lab-made diamonds. But their logic, I guess, is that you can really dial in the clarity and all that. You can make a perfect diamond. So I think you do need to go back to how many souls.
The fact is, CZ, you can't tell the difference in.
No, and they...
Now, maybe a jeweler can, but you across the room can't.
And my wife's eyes are going. You know what I mean? Like, that cut and clarity's getting better every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
But the souls, that never changes. How many people died?
And your wife's prone to lose them.
Dude, just before I walked out here, she was washing her hands, and I hear ting, 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 ting.
Oh.
And I'm like, what was that? And she's like, can you get down in the disposal and get that? It's the wedding band. It's got diamonds all up in it. And I'm like, damn it. Because, yes, I'm going to go get it, but is this the moment that she's setting me up for?
Yeah,
to take
she turns
my
that
hand?
garbage disposal on.
A moment like this.
Like, I've never heard a disposal just turn on, but when
Yeah.
your hand's in there,
Wait a lifetime. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
that's the one.
Okay.
That's the
That's it.
one. It's like carrying a taser in your pocket. You just know one day,
Yeah.
like you're going down.
You did a staycation? You just hung out here?
Yeah, I actually went over to the plumber's house.
Nice.
Went out there and spent one night there, and then brought their whole family back here.
Nice.
Just kind of did just like 2 different locations of just everybody partying. The kids think it's great because they're like getting to go stay somewhere
Yeah.
else and have this fun. But really, you're just watching the parents drink and laugh and hoot and
Yeah.
holler for days, which is always a
best.
blast. Yeah,
Yeah,
it absolutely. It absolutely is a blast when you don't have anywhere you have to go, anything you have to do, and just know that you're just grilling out and having fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely a sense of relief.
Having fun's a lot of work.
It is. I got caught, man. I was coming out.
Having fun?
Well, the plumber is, you guys know him. I mean, he's
Yeah.
definitely got some hippie tendencies, to say the least. And his wife, like some of the better hippie tendencies. There's a lot of hippie tendencies, right?
Okay.
Some of them are more party. Some of them are more like spiritual.
Yeah.
And I would say she's a little more on the spiritual side. He's a little more on the party side. But either way, hippies love hippies, And
Hippies love everyone.
I was told to bring out all the cans that we had.
Except for people that aren't hippies.
Exactly.
Yuppies.
Yeah, the worst.
They can't stand them. But I came walking out with all the cans that everyone had been setting aside, like for
Yeah.
recycling. And I go outside, and the recycling bin is quite literally right next to my trash can. But the way I came around the trash can was, a whole step closer. I swear, I don't care. I just opened up the trash, threw the cans in, and man, you
got busted.
oh my God, she was standing over there, the plumber's wife. She was like, what are you doing? The recycling is right there. And she's like, plumber, look at what he's doing. Like,
Oh, no.
Totally got caught. And then the kids, all kids have that innocence in them that
Yeah.
save the world. And I'm like, why are you guys paying attention to what I'm doing?
Yeah.
They're like, you just threw it in the trash. Like, the recycling's right there. And I was like, yeah, I guess I didn't really think about it. Truth is, I thought about it. I saved a step. I might need that step later.
For sure.
I'm like the anti-Fitbit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save steps.
Right.
If I get to 10,000,
Minimalist on steps.
Yeah.
if I
There's
get
only a
to-
certain number of steps in me.
Exactly.
And I don't want to use them up.
Exactly.
That's right. If I get to 10,000 steps, that's a wasted day.
For sure.
I'm like, fuck me, man. I probably took a day off my
Yeah.
life on the other end.
Exactly.
So I was
walked
saving
way
a
too
step.
much.
That's like
today.
miles on a car. You
Yeah.
gotta cut
That's
you
how
down.
I look at it. So
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
saving a step, killing the world, saving a step, but got busted.
So you don't recycle.
I'm funny, man. I'll put the stuff aside in the house, but when it comes to that critical moment, it's like carrying a condom but never putting it on.
Well, one feels better, and one just doesn't really feel anything.
I saved a step. I felt better.
So we recycle, and I actually got tired of putting all my cans in the recycling bin. So I just set them
fills
aside.
up.
Yeah, it fills up. So I set them aside, and then I actually go to the recycling yard and take my shit, all my aluminum, and it's a total waste of my time, and I make no money doing it. Like, it's like $8 for a bag. Like, it's literally not worth my time.
That reminds me of something. I got something like an email about Jacob's school, and they're like, "Hey, give us the little tabs off the top of the cans,
Yeah.
because we're collecting those. for some fucking shit.
Yeah, they get
And
like
I'm
10
like,
cents a tab or something for something.
Do
you
they
get 10
really?
cents a tab.
Yeah.
You must get 15 for everything. Why the fuck don't you want it all?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Get rid of the rest of that aluminum money.
It's not.
Give me just the tab.
They don't recycle it. It's like some
They make
company
necklaces?
pays. Some company pays like for every tab you turn in, we donate whatever. Like it's like a. It's not like that has a value in it. They just do it, like out of their feel good something.
So they're not actually melting them down.
No, I don't think. I don't
They're
think
not
that's
keeping
the
them in a
case.
room.
Well, they end up melting them down, but I think it's just like.
But why
Turn
wouldn't they
in
get
this-
the whole goddamn can?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
no. We just want the little part on the top. We're going to get a lot of these, melt them down.
I assume they were melting them down and making money for the school somehow.
Yeah, you would think.
Well, if you ever watch Penn and Teller's bullshit, they do an episode on recycling, and basically they have determined that recycling, the way we do it here, is basically a waste of money and
Really?
and resources. Yeah, like
See, I am saving the world.
to melt down a can takes more energy. Like now, if they recycled like they used to, where you just take a glass bottle and you wash it out and reuse it, that's great. But to actually physically break down glass and aluminum and then remake it, you're using way more energy than just making it anew. Now, the good
but
thing
is
is
the purpose to conserve energy, or is it to not have to lop down more trees?
well, it's
Conserve
both.
resources.
So you are conserving resources, I think.
But
But
at what cost? Because you may be
Exactly.
burning other
You're burning more
resources.
coal to save the resources. So it's which came first, the chicken or the egg? My whole thing is like glass bottles. Like, why are we breaking them down? Like, just wash them out.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Or do like they do in Jersey and just shatter them on the beach.
yeah,
Because then the ocean will take them away.
and make them smooth.
Exactly.
Isn't that funny? You step on a piece of glass, it's the worst day of your life, but you find a piece of rolled glass that's been
Yeah.
in the ocean while you're like, ooh, beautiful. It's very odd.
Yeah, recycling is a pain in the ass.
I don't do it, and I do it. That's the thing. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes
You're
I
hit or
don't.
miss.
I'm just not like a Nazi about it. I just don't like. I'm not diligent.
You're not religious.
Yeah, I just like. I
that,
get it.
I'm that way with like the cardboard trash. Like that kind of pisses me off. My wife collects all that stuff, and I'm just like, we pay for that trash service, and we have that super can, and most of the times it's not half full. So I just want to fill it with stuff because I'm like, we're paying for this truck to take this full trash can out of here. I'm just going to
Yeah,
start
you're
throwing
worried
stuff
about
in
the
it.
resource that is cash.
Yeah, my cash.
Yeah, because that's a very finite resource.
Yeah.
And one that will go away.
Yeah.
I'm certain of it. Because I checked my bank account just the other day. Apparently it's been dwindling.
Pop quiz. Follow my logic here, right? Tell me this makes sense. If you have
Pop quiz, hotshot.
a restaurant, right?
Okay.
If I sell amazing tacos and amazing pizza,
Okay.
isn't that a fucking great idea? Because I feel like you're only getting a certain clientele during the week that wants tacos on that day.
Yes.
But if the next day they're like, oh, we want pizza, they don't have to go to fucking Julio's Pizza Place. They can still come back to your joint.
that makes sense.
Am I crazy?
Yeah, why can't
no,
you
Like,
make
you never see any intermingling of food. It's always like, all we do is fucking pasta and pizza.
Yeah.
All we do is tacos.
Yeah.
Or all we do is burgers. You know
Yeah.
what I
I
mean?
think I think I disagree.
Okay.
Because I think that a reason a place like In-N-Out Burger, for example, is so
Yeah.
successful is because they absolutely limit what they have on the menu. They make burgers, double burgers, triple burgers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fries. And so the less overhead, then the easier it is to stay afloat. You don't need to sell as much because you don't have any waste.
Yeah, but
So that's the flip side.
but then
But if
there's
In-N-Out's tacos were as good as their burgers, you don't think that they would have more clientele?
In-N-Out says the reason they've been so successful is because
That's because they haven't tried anything else.
yeah. But
They're
what's
not
this?
like-
What
all right,
about?
so there's you ever been to Jack in the Box?
yeah.
So that's a perfect example of a place that's a Taco Bell and a McDonald's rolled into one, right? They do it both.
You're comparing fast food. I'm talking like
yeah.
if Chipotle could make dope-ass pizzas on their exact same line by just adding a fucking pepperoni and a cheese bin, why wouldn't – I mean,
Well,
I
that's
feel like they would get double the people.
It's the Cheesecake Factory model. There's
that's
a
like-
Chinese section. There's a Mexican section. There's Italian food. Cheesecake
most
Factory has it all.
restaurants
Yeah, but when you
have-
get to that point, you're getting too crazy is what I mean.
I just think there's two ways to look at it. One, we're going to go balls deep. We're going to give you everything so that everyone's happy and you always come. Or we're only going to do this and keep overhead really, really low.
I just feel like you're missing people out on people that don't
I feel
want
like you're
burgers.
wrong, Brendan, because I feel like most restaurants do in the middle. Like all the Applebee's, Fridays, O'Charlie's, all these restaurants, they sell burgers, steaks, all kinds of different stuff. Why can't you do – they do pasta, they do chicken. Why can't they do a taco? Or why can't –
The key thing is it has to be like a staple. Like every Italian place, there's a burger hidden on the menu somewhere. Just no one orders it.
And it's garbage.
But it's like it has to almost be like what you're known for. You can't just be known for one and your other one is below fucking average. You know what I mean? Like it has to be – they both have to equally be dope as fuck.
I guess who – damn, I'm trying to think. Yum Foods. They're the ones who own Pizza Hut and Taco Bell and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Have you ever seen the ones that have like the two restaurants in one?
The Kentucky Hut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those happen.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
They do.
I wonder how those do. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate on the logic that I know some places intentionally keep overhead low.
Well, I can tell you, I guarantee you there's people that have gone to that place and been like, oh, I want Kentucky Fried Chicken. There it is.
Well, yeah, sure.
That's what I'm saying. They wouldn't have gone there if he didn't have the extra option.
No, because people are bitching in the car. I mean, I know what you're saying. Someone goes, I want tacos, I want chicken. Boom.
No, none of that. If one person, if there's a car of one person, and the guy's like, I could go for some chicken. If they didn't have that motherfucker, he would never have gone there.
Well, yeah, if they want chicken.
That's what I'm saying.
Go to KFC.
So It's a fair assumption that you're missing out on clientele if you're only serving tacos.
I agree. I'm just playing the other side of the coin.
Yeah,
There's an economic reason why some limit their menu.
Oh, I agree with that for sure.
And like I think Taco Bell is the most genius place I've ever seen because they only have the same 6 ingredients, and then they go, ooh, now it's crispy with a soft tortilla around it with cheese. They just take the same shit and like put it in a different combination or like change the exterior. Well, they used to. Now they've got breakfast. They got all that shit. So they've completely gone.
But like one of those places, like you've been to Blaze or Mod or whatever.
Yeah.
How much more would it take for them to add tacos?
Well, I'm thinking about
They've got everything already right there.
I'm thinking about it from like the mom and pop Italian joint that does, the subs and the pizza. Why not be able to knock out a couple tacos? Or the Mexican joint. Why not be able to make a good pizza too? Like, I'm not looking at it from the quick service or the fast food. I'm just trying to look at it like, because we go to Pepe's once a week.
Exactly, because you're in the
because we want tacos.
Yes, right. And if you had a place that you loved both of them, you would go there repeatedly, right?
Well, and there's another mom and pop Italian place we go to every now and then too. But why can't both of them do both?
Yeah,
I think that's what you're getting at.
Right, exactly.
We need Joe in here.
Joe would know.
Joe would know.
Joe
for
would
sure.
know.
Finally, a reason for Joe to be.
So that's my idea. Pacos, pizza, and tacos.
Pacos, pizza, and tacos.
For sure.
It's got to be a cool shirt, for sure.
Yeah.
Got a good ring to it.
Mm-hmm. I'll be Paco.
Actually, I would absolutely order a pizza and a couple tacos. Like when I ordered delivery. Like if the pizza was equally as good as the other places around. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't skimp on either.
Tell me you wouldn't go get a fucking, like you go to Bottoms Up and you get a big fat dope slice. Like tell me you wouldn't go to that place get a dope slice and a taco or two.
For sure.
Like easily.
I'm starting to come around.
Yeah, you are.
I don't like the economics of it, but I like as the consumer.
Well, there are no economics to it yet. It hadn't been done.
Right.
Well, I think cheesecake's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because cheesecake is like passable across the board. There's nothing in there that blows my mind.
Right.
But that place has
you get overload.
Well, there's a name for it, but I forget what it's called. But when you have too many choices, like I don't like
data overload.
I don't like when there's like I forget the technical term, but like when you have too many choices when you go to a place anywhere with anything, it's not good for sales.
No.
Like you kind of are like overwhelmed with it. Like
Yeah.
you'd be better off with 6 or 8 dope things as opposed to 40 average things, or even 40 dope things. You're still like, I don't know which one to get here. Like you're better served. Like that's why
I think
my
because
wife.
people don't branch out is the problem with that, right?
Dude, if I like something on your menu, I'm pretty much getting it every time.
That's how I am. I go to Zom's, every time, and I'm like, I'm gonna try this, and I never do.
Yeah.
Ever. I get the same fucking thing every time.
I branch out all over the place.
Really?
There's a lot of disappointment in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you
I will
branch
find
out so
something. I will
much.
branch out, and be like, all right, remember 5 times ago when I got that thing I said was the best?
Get that.
I know now it's the best.
I mean, you only should branch out if you're going there like back to back to back days. Like, you go to a restaurant once a week, maybe twice a month. Like, it's not like you're going there all the time. When I go to a restaurant, like, I'm going to get that one thing I like because I'm like it, and that's why I'm going there.
I found out something tonight that Sheets' quesadilla is dog shit.
Trash. But you know who?
Dog shit.
Yeah, well, it's just not that great.
Belongs in the trash.
And you know who else isn't that great? Wawa's.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And the crazy thing is,
the easiest
how
thing in
fucking
the
hard
world.
is the quesadilla?
Yeah, how do you fuck a quesadilla up?
All their ingredients are good at both places. They have great stable of ingredients. Neither one of them can get the quesadilla right. It's the strangest thing in the
It
world.
is strange. Bless you.
Thank you. Must be in the prep, right? Because isn't that the key?
But it tastes good in everything else. I really don't get it. They can't get the quesadilla
And can we
right.
talk about why Chipotle doesn't have a quesadilla on the menu yet?
Well, they do on the kids' menu.
Only on the kids menu, but you
Because
can't,
Chipotle sucks.
you can't go get a grown-up ass fucking quesadilla.
You
Well,
can at Qdoba.
if you ask for it.
You can at Qdoba.
Oh,
it
so
won't
it's
taste
like
good
a-
though. That's the problem.
Yeah,
because
well.
it's Qdoba.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Come on, you know better.
Uphill battle over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
What are you going
and
to
you
do?
won't die. But, there's little things.
Yeah.
And you won't die.
I happily drive right by Qdoba to get to Chipotle every time I go.
I'm
was-
the same way with Chipotle.
Yeah.
I was talking to a dude last night when I was down in Nashville. We were hanging out with this guy, and his son is a big cookout guy. So we were walking past a cookout, and he's like, "You ever had cookout?" And I was like, "Damn it, man! Like, I can't believe you're bringing this up." He's like, "I'm telling you, man, that is the best deal in fast food." And I'm like, "I know. I
I don't know.
But I was like,
But I've I've
I'm
been
really starting
told.
to. I'm starting to really question this whole no cookout thing with this guy.
Well, I said to him, I said, "Do you want to eat there?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "All right, then I don't know why we're talking about this." Like, I have a podcast called The Cookout Show, and it's all they talk about. But he said that his son went to college because in college, I never thought about that. You had a cookout next to a campus.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's so cheap. You get all that food.
Yeah.
He's like, my son was over the moon, like when he was going to UT, and like he ate cookout for like every day for like 2 weeks, and then started getting anal bleeding.
Nice.
Yeah, he was like, so he had to slow down on the cookout. And I was like, all right.
I
mean,
don't
guess,
buy that.
Well, anything you eat for
Well,
2
and
weeks
you
is
did with
probably gonna.
McDonald's, anywhere.
But he's like, yeah, he started bleeding from my ass, so he had to stop eating.
Did it have
for a little
anything to
while.
do with the butt sex?
Exactly.
I don't know the kid.
Oh,
It's
okay.
possible. I don't know.
I mean, not judging. I'm just saying, if you're doing both,
If you're
it's hard
doing-
to.
I should have.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a follow-up question.
Yeah, I know we just met. Crazy concept. Right.
So he's gay?
So the butt stuff?
Yeah.
Is he into that? I mean,
Yeah.
young kid, experimental.
Yeah.
I get it.
He's in college. I'm not judging. I'm just trying to get to the
Yeah.
bottom of this anal bleeding
Oh,
thing.
God. Dude, last night I almost got some anal bleeding when I was in Nashville. I was,
Really? What was his name?
Todd. But that's
Todd
irrelevant.
at Cookout?
Todd at Cookout. Welcome to Cookout. Can I take your
Brendan's
order?
more
This is
like
Todd.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm coming in.
Brendan's more likely to get anal bleeding than eat cookout. I just don't
For
understand
sure.
it. I don't understand
Yeah.
your
That's-
aversion.
Not to anal bleeding?
How long has that
should.
been? At least 6 months since you've had that.
That's a whole nother
More
story.
recently than cookout.
Right.
That's why we need a bidet in this house, but that's a whole nother story. But I was eating last night. I was watching the Caps game. It was all like amped up. I wasn't paying much attention, and I think it's well documented on here that at least Troy and I have developed an addiction to these Zyn nicotine pouches. I threw one of these bitches in, and then my food came out, and I started grubbing on my food and like just left the dip in essentially. And first bite, I swallowed my dip.
Cool.
Like filled my mouth up with everything and then ate it. And I was like, you know what? I might want to take this out. And I started looking around my mouth. I was like, oh, damn it. Ate that
you
raw.
wasted it.
Oh, no, I felt it. I can tell you, I can assure you, if you just eat dip, it actually is it's more effective.
No.
There's no two ways about it. More effective.
Fuck your guts up.
Dude, ruined my guts because First off, I'm watching playoff hockey, which already stresses you out, so your stomach's kind of rolling the whole time. Plus, I had a dip in my gut and a bunch of really bad nachos.
But not cookout.
Not cookout.
Not cookout.
But I definitely.
Where'd you get nachos from?
Oh, standard place, honky tonk in Nashville.
Nice.
Got nachos and a quesadilla.
Oh, so you were out. You were out when this happened.
Yeah, I went out. Had a couple of beers, watched the game, ate some dip.
Ugh.
It was seriously, my stomach was messed up.
Pay for it later?
I've been flying, so when you fly, it jacks my stomach up, and so it's just been nothing but pain. Unfortunately,
sounds bad. It sounds pretty brutal.
It wasn't a good time. I wasn't happy. Did have an interesting though. I was in the airport this morning. Now I don't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, good story.
Yeah.
There's been all this.
More funny.
There's all this hype about Delta has these new uniforms. It just keeps showing up in my feed.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard about it.
All the women, and men, I guess, they all got new uniforms, and they're really purple, and they're supposed to be better uniforms, everyone's excited. So I knew they had new uniforms. So I walk in this morning, and this flight attendant's checking in, and then one of the gate people, she's helping out. And the two of them are like, hey, come over here. Will you use this kiosk? Because I just fixed it. I want to see if it works. It's like, all right. There's two good-looking women helping me. I was like, all right, here we go. Watch me check in. That's very exciting. And I'm like, ooh, there's those new uniforms. So I was like, hey, what do you think of the new uniforms? Heard the purple is really cool, and we're talking to them, and they were like, yeah, but it looks like Barney purple. And I was like, oh, I didn't know.
I might have to look this up.
So I was like, I didn't really know. I was like, I'm colorblind. And they're like, oh, my God, you're colorblind? Then
Did you get special seating?
Yeah.
You get the board first.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, oh, sir, we'll roll you to your gate. I'm like, no, bitch. I said I'm colorblind. But she's like, you should get those glasses.
Oh.
And I go, funny you say that. I have some in my luggage right now. And she's like, oh, my God, you really have those? Can I try them on? And I was like, you know what? Let's take them out. So now I'm fishing through my underwear, find my glasses, pull them out, and we're all trying them on. Well, then I got in this awkward moment where I realized I'm wearing sunglasses and I'm staring at their outfits, and I realize my eyes are covered and they're totally arms open, like chest out, well, how's it look? And I was like, let me take a closer look.
Yeah.
Put the glasses on. And it was all like, I see how the flight attendant one looks. I'm looking, yeah, okay, real good. I'm staring at it. And then I'm like, okay.
Bare skin. I haven't figured out bare skin yet, though.
Yeah.
Where does your uniform stop and your arm start? I can't really tell. You're going to have to take it off so I can get a better look at it.
Look, Russ, no tan lines.
Exactly.
But it was crazy because here I am, they're asking me to stare at them with sunglasses, this is awesome. This is a great way to start the day, Yeah. Then they're trying them on and staring at me. I'm like, check it out.
Were they colorblind?
No, they just wanted to see what was going on.
They wanted to point and laugh.
I want to see them too. I'd like to see what things look like with them on.
I'll have to let you try them on there. It's definitely, it just saturates the universe.
Did they so they could see differences?
They were like, oh my God, so this is what it's like to be colorblind? I was like, no.
No, dummy.
No, you're seeing.
That's why you're a flight attendant.
It's an Instagram filter on your universe, and it's just bringing me closer to normal. But yeah, it was very interesting to have two women please check me out right here in public. So they're standing there.
Did you tell them to spin around slowly?
I didn't. I just walked around them creepily.
Let me take pictures on my phone so I can study this later.
Exactly.
Yeah, let me compare. All right, go try on the old outfit.
Yeah. Do you have anything from the 60s?
Oh, my God, right? My God. A different time back then.
Back when you could smoke on the plane?
No doubt. Yeah, there was a very interesting way to start my day, though. Two women please, look here, and pulling out parts of it. What's this look like?
Whoa.
I'm
You're like, I'm blind. I have to feel with my hands.
This is going great.
I see with my hands.
Yeah. Oh, it is purple and a D cup. Makes perfect sense.
That's awesome.
Not a bad start.
Good thing you had them with you. So you've been wearing them, huh?
Yeah, I just like I said.
Do you wear them or just carry them?
I wear them.
Really?
I like the way stuff looks. It's really odd, man, because it's I wear nectars 60% of the time, and then the colorblind glasses 40% of the time, and that's like always.
Do you use the ITPH code
I always use the ITPH code
for the colorblind glasses?
I tried. They upcharged me 20%. I thought that was rude, but if you do it over at Nectar, you get 20% off. They
That's
got
the
a lot
way
of
to
good,
go.
lot of good stuff. They got beach umbrellas now over at Nectar. You see that?
Dude, I just ordered 2 pairs of glasses on there.
Do they
Use-
really? Because I need a
use-
beach umbrella.
They're dope beach umbrellas too.
Ordered 2 pairs of glasses, delivered to my door, thanks to the ITPH code, just over $50.
I love that.
Polar,
man.
2 pairs of polarized glasses. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, we haven't hyped it up enough lately. People put
almost
in the
like-
ITPH.
Just want to lose one or break a pair just to make it worthwhile. Like,
There you go. Now I feel better.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I should
I
have
mean,
paid.
it's crazy. Such a good deal.
And actually, I picked up a deli today from a brewery. I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Nashville?
Nope. Picked it up back here in town, Nashville.
Deli.
I'm hoping this is going to be because Ely's in summer mode. This dude spends every time I see a Marco Polo or a picture from him. There's a beach in the background or a pool.
Yeah, you never answered that question.
Living
I
the
mean,
high
you
life,
you
bro.
gave me a smart-ass answer, but you never answered the question. Did you get the vacation home?
Not yet.
Okay, well, where the hell were you at that dope spot?
I was landscaping.
Oh, you literally were.
Yeah.
See, that wasn't a smart ass comment at all.
You weren't really landscaping Memorial Day weekend.
I need extra money, man, on the side.
So you can buy the home there.
That's right.
Smart.
I don't know what to think of this guy. I think he's a liar.
Liar! Yeah, no, we were down there at Beth
What have we
Page.
got here?
So you were down there.
Yeah. Party.
Where'd you stay?
Friends camper.
You stayed there with them in their camper?
Yeah.
Nice. So you already got people down there.
Oh, yeah.
So when are you going to pull the trigger?
Oh, we've pulled it. We're just waiting for her to.
Oh, so you're getting
To
that
die.
spot.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. You
I
heard
like
it here,
it.
folks.
I like
This
it.
broad's just so slow. I gotta
Old.
get all my stuff out.
Oh, Lord.
Do you want the quilt that I've got?
Yeah.
There's
No.
comforters.
So when are you getting in
There
there?
was a $400 comforter. Do you want the comforter? Like, fuck, just get out.
Yeah,
we want to
leave.
move in.
I'm going to burn all your shit.
That's
lady.
right.
Leave all your shit. I'll decide if I want it
And it's
or
so
not.
fucked up, too, because everybody sells those campers, and they're like, as is.
Yeah.
Fucking golf cart and everything in this bitch. We just want to be out.
Yeah.
She's
Pictures
like,
of my grandkids.
yeah. She's
Great.
like, I got to get everything. We're like, Jesus.
Yeah, because
Lady.
you only put that shit in your camper at the spot.
Right.
Like, it's not good anywhere else.
Exactly.
What a pain in the ass.
And they're just so fucking like they've been down there like 3 weekends to clean it out, and it's like it's a fucking camper. I
Yeah.
could have been done in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
with the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I could have physically moved everything out by now.
That's right.
Like, not pick and choose shit.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, I'm excited, man.
Oh yeah.
It's the one with the water view that you showed us?
Yeah, we were down there.
Nice.
They had a band and shit. It was awesome.
So
dude.
fucking awesome.
It's fucking golf cart nuts.
Oh,
down
yeah.
there.
It's golf cart
insane.
mecca, dude.
Like fucking laser lights and all
They
kinds
trick
of
them
shit.
out, too,
They
dude.
do.
You
That's
can't
what
just,
I'm
you
saying.
can't just have a standard golf
Like
cart now.
they got the radio and the fucking lights
Pulse to the
are pulsed to the
Yeah.
beat and shit. And you're like, Jesus.
it's the club.
It is. It's like 64. It's like the interstate
But
up
with
and down
golf cars.
Bethpage at nighttime. Yeah.
Good thing everybody's stone cold sober on those golf cars.
Completely.
I believe it. Hey, how do I pronounce that brewery?
I think it's Deschutes.
Okay.
Does that look right? Eli?
Yeah, Deschutes.
I was always like, oh, is that like Deschutes? And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm gussying it up. I'm pretty sure it's Deschutes. All I know is they're out of Oregon. I'm sure I'm going to catch some shit for something.
Whatever you got to say.
But this is the Deschutes Brewery Twilight Summer
Hey, look at this
Ale.
thing. It's like a fucking 8-seater.
What?
You got an 8-seater golf car?
It's pretty cool looking.
Let me see it. Let
You
me see
gonna
it.
crack those, Troy?
Yeah. I just got to see this 8-seater. Is that a video? Oh, my God. It looks
guys
like the
do-
cops. Looks like that cash cab.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Pobham. This is Deschutes Brewery Twilight Summer Ale.
I don't
Bright
know what to make
and
of
crisp flavor profile like the freshest citrus. An easy drinking summer ale. This has got deli written all over it.
I think it does. I think we're in a good spot. So I'm hoping this will be a winner because we have had like 3 weeks of absolute turds. You know, we haven't pulled any wins out of our ass as of late.
Yeah,
So-
we've been pretty dry lately.
So I'm hoping this will
Pop one for the man.
Okay.
Well, I specifically started looking for a summer ale for you because I know you're in summer mode.
Yeah,
Is
3 weeks in a row.
Is
He only
anyone
had
not
liked
in
it.
summer mode.
No, I'm clearly in summer mode, but I think everyone is, all
3
listeners.
weeks in a row, yeah.
But we had 3 weeks of turds. You got to skip out on 3 bad beers.
Yeah.
Well played. That's what he does. Hey, what are you guys drinking tonight? I got a conflict. Got a conflict.
Yeah. Twilight Summer Ale. What do we know? What's the, let's see. Let me look it up here.
It's 5%.
5.
5%?
Not bad.
What is IBU?
I think that's amount of flavor. Like the higher the number, like the more.
Yeah, that's not a gravity thing, is it?
Let me look it up.
I mean, IBU, I know as it goes in one direction, like the hopheads love it. But honestly,
yeah.
It's not one of those things that I pay much attention to.
What do you guys think? I haven't sipped it yet.
I mean, I think
I'm still letting it marinate over here. I'm trying to.
my decision's made.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Smells pretty good.
I can tell you, I expected it to be more hoppy because everything I've ever had from this brewery is like overly hoppy, and I can tell you on the immediate taste, I'm not picking up any hop.
Yeah, it's pretty mellow on the hops.
Ooh, the more I drink it, it's changing a little. Interesting.
I would say.
You give that another sip. 'Cause
Yeah, I've
I
only
think
had one sip.
I think it definitely changes up a little bit as you go through it. You got an IBU definition over there
I
for
do.
us, Troy?
Like ABV, IBU, International Bitterness Units, is another
that's why
common measurement for beer.
That's why the
Sounds
hop nerds
technical.
love it.
Rather than telling us how much alcohol there is, IBU measures the bitterness from hops in a beer on a scale to 0 to 100. In more technical terms, IBU gauges the isomer. I can't say that. Alpha acids from hops in a beer parts per million.
So the higher it is, the hoppier it is.
A lighter lager like beer usually has around 5 to 10 IBUs. A more bitter beer like an IPA is likely to be 50 or above. And we're sitting at what,
there you
38?
Yeah, that sounds about
38.
right.
No, it-
Tastes about right.
They taste about right. Yeah, there's a bitterness there, but it's not a hop. You don't get the hop profile, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. As I'm drinking this thing, I don't taste a extreme bitterness. There is an aftertaste that is reminiscent, I guess, of an IPA ever so slightly, but it's definitely more like a. I mean, it's closer to a pilsner than a pale ale for sure. As I drink it, though, I'm starting to get a little bit of the lemony, which is kind of that summery vibe.
Citrusy, yeah.
Yeah, coming through. I thought it was going to be citrusy from like hops. That's not that. I think this is refreshing as shit. I'm going to give it a 4. I think this is the kind of beer you could drink in the summer, out in the sun, and be pretty happy about it. I think this is a good beer. I'm giving it a 4. Twilight Summer Ale from Deschutes.
Yeah, the first taste I wasn't big on after coming off the Coors Light, flavor profile. More I drink of it, the more I like. And I would say I would definitely give this 3.5. This isn't a bad beer. This is good, and I would probably buy it again.
The problem is we do this fucking show, and I try all these beers, and now I've got a laundry list of beers I'd buy again.
Yeah, and I can't remember any of them.
I never buy. It's like I'm paralyzed. It's like the Cheesecake Factory menu.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been doing this too long. All right, so
But I would tell people to buy this beer.
That's what we're doing right now. We are,
Yeah.
but like we always say, our opinion
Worthless.
doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's only one.
No, I agree with you guys. I do taste the
Whoa.
bitterness. Like, it is bitter to me. There's bitterness in there.
Bitterness, but it's not
It's not crazy hoppy.
aromatic like
but
a
it's-
hop.
Yeah, but it's not like a light beer because this definitely has a bit of some kind of bitterness in it.
Certainly.
but it's a good beer.
But you can also taste that citrus too
Right.
on the backside.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I'd probably give it at least a 3.5.
Wow.
3.5.
That's
We're
a
taking
deli.
it home. Finally, we got one.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
That was a month in the making. And
Who
that
knows the last time we actually had a deli? Well, you
It's-
might know. I don't remember that kind of shit.
I just
I
know
do
it's.
not.
I just know it's been too long.
Way
And I
too
was-
long.
And I was like, just let us get a summer beer that we can recommend. It's like, come on. Because typically I just opt for like the Sam summer.
Yeah.
Can we name our camper friend?
Like give him a name.
Yeah, I feel like he needs a show name.
Your camper friend? Do
No,
we-
the camper friend who sends us mystery beer. I feel like we need to refer to that guy as something.
yeah, we should.
Yeah. Like,
He needs a
how
nickname.
about Yogi?
Yeah. Yogi Bear.
Yogi,
Get it.
because he's always at the campsites.
Yeah, I feel
like
like that's a
that.
good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yogi Beer.
Yogi Bear. I kind of like that.
Yogi Mysterio.
The wrestler?
And that was Rey Mysterio, but I was
Yeah, his
trying to
brother's Yogi, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Ooh, Boo Boo
Yeah.
Mysterio.
Hey, boo boo. Whoever he is, we need him back in our lives.
And he's going to send us a picnic basket next.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Sorry,
Hell
folks.
yeah.
Park's closed. Marty.
Moose out front should have told
Marty
you.
Mysterio.
Yeah.
He's
Dude,
Marty
once
Moose.
you get down to your new spot, let me know because we'll pilgrim down there for a
Definitely.
weekend.
Okay.
For sure.
We had another young Jimmy reached out to us the other day and said that he was in a brewery in Asheville, and he said he finally found like the beer. Like he's been hitting all the damn breweries in Asheville, and he
There's
said
a
he
fuck ton of them, right?
it's like 75 in
Yeah.
like the official limits of
Jeez.
Asheville, and he said he finally found the one that he thinks will win a deli, and like he hits me up. And he's like, I'm not saying it's going to win a deli. I think it's the one worth trying.
Don't be
And you
scared,
can
young
just-
Jimmy.
It's just, you can tell, like,
He's
a lot
scared.
of listeners are, like, apprehensive to bring it. And then you got a guy like Joe who's like, this is the worst beer ever, DKML.
Joe's like, I hope he hates it. Like, you son of a bitch.
And then the mystery, Boo Boo Mysterio, it gets to hide.
He's killing it.
But he gets to hide behind the cloud of anonymity.
I
Yeah.
do like Boo Boo Mysterio.
He doesn't-
I think that's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah.
But he gets to hide behind that cloak of anonymity, so he doesn't have to feel the pressure.
Yeah, but he's
Hence the
what?
Mysterio.
Hence the Mysterio.
He's
Yeah.
undefeated. He's 3-0.
He's the greatest
Yeah.
deli player ever to play the game.
Yeah. He's unhittable.
Yeah.
Because none of us have that track record.
No, hell no.
Shit,
May
I
the
was
odds be forever in your favor.
I was over at Ely's house the other night, and he was like, "This is my favorite beer. We got to try it." And he pours me one and he goes, "It's not as good this time." And I was
Yeah.
like, "This motherfucker can't even win a deli, and he's behind the
Himself.
scenes."
I know.
God, whoever picked this is the worst. Oh, wait.
The worst. It was too sweet.
It was just so funny because he's like, "I've had like 10 growlers of this. I love this beer. It's perfect every time." And he gives it to me and goes, it's not getting a deli.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Probably 2.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2. I was like,
I'm
man,
just going to pour the rest out.
like that's got to be tough, man. You just can't win.
I feel like we've talked about this before, but does anyone else want to plant one of these right in Steph Curry's face?
Oh, God. Every time.
I feel like both of you have said that before. Like, not even in front of each other, like on separate occasions to me. I'm sure you've talked about it together, but both of you really don't like him.
I don't like the way he chews on his mouthpiece.
he
and has
doesn't
this-
use it for a mouthpiece. He
this-
just chews on it to try to look cool.
But so many
and he
people
just
do
has
that.
this ego in his face that
He's
it's like,
so.
oh.
Oh, he's the worst.
But the thing is like to the average person, he doesn't have an ego. They're like, he's the most non-ego. But if you look at him, you're like,
he's the cockiest son of a bitch ever.
Oh, ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
I like the guy.
Of course
You
do.
would.
Well, just because, they didn't think, he's not going
Because
to be
you have a huge ego.
justified. Is it an ego if it's justified?
Good point.
Thank you. I knew that.
Way
though.
to clear that up.
I did.
You so proved me wrong.
I win again.
Yeah.
I still haven't lost 33 years.
I just like Draymond Green a lot, too.
Oh,
But
that.
he's a dick.
Yeah. Did you hear Charles Barkley talking shit about him?
Charles Barkley talks shit about
He-
everybody
he was
but
like,
hamburgers.
Somebody needs to punch him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was like talking shit about Charles Barkley. Like, who the hell are you?
Exactly.
Whatever, dude. You literally jump and kick forward and kick people in the dick.
Right.
No one's ever jumped straight up and thrown their feet forward like that. That's a dick kicking move. That's all that is.
Kick me in the Jimmy.
Yep.
It is funny because he really did do that. I mean, he obviously
multiple times
blatantly tries to kick people in the nards.
It's his finishing move. Duh.
He motions to the crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys got the new Street Fighter?
Right.
Draymond's in it.
Yeah. He does the kingpin fucking hand in the air first.
I noticed we haven't seen any Street Fighter on ESPN this year. What happened to that?
What? It was Street Fighter on ESPN
Yeah,
last year?
Remember we sat out here and we watched, like, there was a Street Fighter finale or, like, finals and all the nerds were
Oh, you
playing.
mean they were playing the
yeah.
video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I did watch a fucking Madden one the other day.
You know what? You know what was on the other day that I recorded. My kids fucking fell in love with. They haven't really watched a lot of it. Raw was in Richmond Memorial Day, Monday. They were in Richmond. So I saw that they were there, and I recorded that shit. And my two boys, it was 3 hours of it. My boys are now, like, all
Eating
about
it up?
wrestling. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
My wife's like, don't you get in here. She is. Don't start jumping off the couch and
That's
elbow
right.
each other in the
Yeah,
head.
diamond cutters.
Get some steroids for those kids. Get them on the right path.
Dude, it's so funny watching it. Like, I haven't watched, I mean, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, we watched the shit out of that stuff, and I haven't watched it a lot since then.
Yeah.
And so much has changed, but so much is still the same. It's crazy.
We unfortunately missed our boy, the progressive liberal wrestler.
Yeah.
He wrestled in Richmond,
the 25th.
like, like Memorial
Yeah.
Day weekend, and unfortunately,
That Friday.
all of our schedules got fucked up. But I really wanted to see him. And when I was down in Tennessee, it looked like one of the traveling wrestling shows he's with was coming through there. So
He won, too. And it was like standing
Did he?
room only. I heard it was
Nice.
awesome. Yeah, I heard it was a great show.
Good for him.
You just reminded me. So you're not going to believe what Jacob is watching now.
I don't know where this is going to go.
Pee-wees.
The old Pee Wee's Playhouse?
Oh,
Yes.
it's on?
It's on Netflix.
Oh.
And I think the wife showed it to him one time, and now I'm hearing him watch it all the time. I hear hee hee. The fucking Pee Wee Herman. That shit. And I'm like, oh my God.
So my girls love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
And I watched a little bit of it, and I'm like,
I need to get
this
Netflix.
is horrible.
Is it garbage?
The worst shit ever.
I got them. They got to watch.
But you loved it back in the day.
I don't know. I loved it.
I certainly did.
you?
I was all in, and I let them watch one of the movies the other day, one of the Pee Wee's Big Adventures, and it was like game changer for them. They were like, "Oh my God, this guy's hilarious! Like this is highbrow."
Did
humor.
it scare them? Did the one part scare them?
No, they watched something the other day where like
That one part of that movie is
tell 'em
scary as shit.
Large Marge sent you. Yeah, it was a night
You know.
just like tonight.
Yeah.
In fact, it was tonight. This is the anniversary on this same stretch of road.
You've seen
And
it.
when they pulled the body from the twisted, mangled wreck, it looked like this. And I remember I used to like pause it and be like, look at that. Like try to like see how they did it. I was like, that is amazing.
You guys are way deeper into Pee Wee than I am.
You don't know what we're talking about, that part?
No.
Oh, my God, dude.
That's great because you drop movie quotes all day
I
out
know. I try to focus on good ones.
here. Sacrilege. It's Pee Wee's Big Adventure is a classic.
Is it?
Absolutely.
That's a good movie.
Let's define classic then.
Okay, we'll start with Pee Wee's. Classic. That's a good barometer.
All right, just because it's a movie that you remember doesn't mean that it's a
Well,
classic.
see, all these
It's a classic. In fact, now the soundboard's just getting nothing but Pee Wee next.
music,
That's awesome.
music and movies are so crucial to when you saw them and
Absolutely.
what, how old you were at the time.
That's true.
Like, you're not telling me Over the Top isn't one of the best movies ever. I'm sorry, films ever made.
Films, theatrical experience, if you
Yeah.
will.
I mean, I get the nostalgia and the awesomeness behind
Yeah.
it, but I can also take a step back and realize that it's not.
Have you ever tried to watch like old movies that you've heard are classics?
Oh, I went back as an adult and watched Clash of the Titans again when I
I
me and
still
my dad
love
used
it.
to watch
I still love it.
And
I
that
don't
shit
care.
is fucking. I think the Bobo the Owl is flying by string and shit. It's
Oh
horrible.
yeah.
Oh yeah. But I still love that movie.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see The Godfather until I was well past college into adulthood,
Yeah.
and I
Me
couldn't
too.
finish it. It was so brutal. I thought it was
Yeah.
awful.
Did you see 2?
I didn't finish the first one.
So I forced myself because I had gotten.
And I was like, I've got to see this. Everybody says it's the greatest movie ever. I couldn't finish it. It was so slow. I was like, this is fucking torture.
I don't agree with that. I thought they were amazing.
Yeah, I did too.
And I didn't see them till adulthood either.
So am I wrong for thinking it's slow as shit?
No, some people don't like slow movies.
Yeah, I mean I think I'm more willing to listen to your argument about that than Ely's argument about Pee-wee's Big Adventure, because I understand where you're coming
For
from.
the record, we're comparing The Godfather to Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
You're right. One's amazing and the other's a Godfather. That's what you're getting at.
Right.
That's a good point. Never mind. What were you guys talking about?
Classics.
No, but I agree. Some people do find that movie slow, and it just builds in a different pace. So, but check out 2. Well, 2's even slower actually because it's 2 movies in
Dude,
one.
you know what
I like
popped
one.
up on cable the other day that my kids had not seen and I hadn't seen in forever and totally forgotten about?
Anything with Shannon Tweed.
No. Oh my gosh, she was the best.
I'm sorry, I loved her. Sorry.
Dude, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was on. It was like
Yeah.
the last 20 minutes. And I put it on and the kids were like,
What?
what? Like they loved it.
Fucking Rick Moranis is my boy.
Whatever happened to him, man?
He has.
He got out of the
what
game.
happened? No, I think his wife either died or got really sick.
Yeah, and he stayed home to take care of the kids.
Yeah,
And that's
in Canada.
And then he
I
He's
love
off the
that.
face of the earth.
well, he said he was going to do him. He's coming back to do something.
I've always said that the most brilliant
Little
ones
Giant
are the
Stew.
ones that get paid and they fucking vanish off the face of the earth.
Dude, that's been my entire like I've argued against that my entire life when people are like, "Oh, that guy retired. He shouldn't." It's like if I told you that you could start a job at 19 or 20 years old, work for 10 years, and make $100 million and retire at 30, would you take that job?
Yeah.
I would take that job.
Right.
And then it's like, oh,
You went out on a limb there, Troy.
Sold out, bro.
no, everyone hates everyone who doesn't stay.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in sports. Like,
Oh, you mean like
Oh.
a kid who leaves college or something?
no, like anyone who retires early.
If you've got the money, retire fucking early.
That's what I'm saying. But like Barry Sanders, why did you quit? Like he didn't want to play anymore. He he was a millionaire and he was
Right.
like,
he's not doing this for you, motherfucker.
how about I just go do me and have a blast over here with my millions?
Right.
Like, why do I got to
Yeah.
keep
Well,
getting
that was a-
bashed into?
That was a bad stroke of luck for him, though, because you end up in Detroit. I mean,
No, but my
I'd go
point-
anywhere else.
But it doesn't matter where you are. Like, just if I could do a job for 10 years and make $100 million, I would do that job, and then I would be happy.
Yeah.
My money would make money, and I'd be good on that. Like, why? And the same with movies or whatever. Like, why just keep going? Like, I don't
think
get
it's
it.
tough, though. Like, no matter how much money I make, ends just meet. I don't know why that is. Like, if I have a really bad year, really good
Well, that
year,
happens to a lot of movie stars. You know, like or athletes. They made $100 million in their career. They're flat broke. Like, what in the holy hell happened
You
there?
adjust real damn quick. I mean,
I've heard that. I heard once you make a certain amount of money, like you're living a certain lifestyle that you're keeping up with the Joneses, and it's
I've been broke for 2 weeks, like flat out. Like it's crazy. Like my wife's trying to do this trip to Italy, and I have just been funneling money towards it, and then I realized I depleted.
out of money.
I was like, oops, I kind of overextended myself a little
Glad
bit.
I bought you that Zen the other day for $80.
I'll get you your money, son of a bitch. That's an addiction, Troy. There's always money for addictions.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's right.
I will find I've been drinking the same. It's,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I'll get my nicotine. That's going to happen. But it has been interesting because I went from comfortable to the point I didn't have to worry about it to like today I was out at dinner and I explained to the kids why they couldn't get 2 fucking milkshakes because I could get 1 large milkshake in an extra glass and I'm going to save $4. And in my mind, that $4 mattered. Like seriously, like things have been very tight. Like $4 is going to help a lot right now. So I was like, no, like you can't do it. And they're upset. I'm like, then how about no fucking milkshakes?
Exactly.
Like, I'm over here trying to like.
I'm dealing with a lot of that with my kid. It's like I'm always having to say, or how about none?
Yeah.
Damn it. Like, how about we don't do any of that? Like, he always is, like, taking for granted that
I'm
he
getting
gets
to that
it.
point.
Like, how about, what do you mean I can't have to wait 2 hours to get it? You're like, how about you don't get it at all?
Yeah.
How about thanks for letting me get it in 2 hours?
We do yard sales every year, and my kids are like, I want the money from the stuff that you sold to me of mine. And
I
was
bought
like,
that stuff.
How about I bought it, and by the way, you pay for nothing ever.
Right.
So I get the $5.
Yeah.
Shut your face.
High five for existing for free.
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah, it's tightening up, man, is an interesting thing to go through. And it happens to all of us all the time. Everyone has their highs and lows. And I am just going through a very tight little phase right now, and I'm watching every damn penny. I mean, it's crazy. Like, when I was away for work this week, I was gone for 3 days, and I get this little $60 per diem. There's been times where, like, I can burn through that $60. Like, I have been, like, hoarding it. Like, ooh, $60. Like, it's gold.
Oh, so you get the 60 no matter what you spend?
No, I can spend up to 60 on, like, all my food and all my stuff. And, like, I've been stretching that 60. I'm shocked I didn't go in that cookout last night. I was kind of hoping maybe we could.
So am I.
Yeah.
Watch, by next week, I'll be a cookout guy.
I would hope so. You should be already.
Troy,
It's delicious.
It's far from his house, though.
Yeah, that's right. You don't get over there very often.
Yeah, I was over
I
there.
apologize.
I
for
drove
bringing it
past
up.
it today,
Yeah.
actually.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's right next to your fucking house.
Yeah, I had to drive past it.
Again.
Yeah.
And again.
And all I kept thinking about is, I'm wasting all this gas having to get past this stupid cookout.
Right.
It's very frustrating.
That's another thing I do a lot, is I drive a lot.
Yeah.
And you would think working from home, like I talked to my boss, and he's like, oh, I won't leave the house for a week. And I'm like, what?
It's frugal.
Yeah, but that's like foreign to me.
How do you, like, I live close to everything, and I still couldn't imagine not leaving my house daily.
Right.
Like, what? I would go stir crazy. It would be like a prison sentence if you were like, do not leave your house all week. I'd be like, I'd start like punching walls and stuff. Like, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I've been so cheap lately that I have been, because I have all these old cars, I got the two old cars and then my daily driver.
Yeah.
I've been driving them all to empty. Like,
That's a great way to make some money for
in a
Italy.
rotation.
Sell that plastic dipped fucking
No,
No?
I'm not selling it.
Okay.
Actually, so we never followed up on that. I got that plastic dip cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah, I heard.
I went through and I learned a really good trick later in the process.
Yeah.
I hate that when you're doing a project and then you find the trick, but you're
You should have known a long time ago.
but you're 80% of the way through the project, and you're like, well, that would have saved me a bunch of hassle. So I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I went in and I wet sanded all those sides and everything. And what it did is it created like streaks.
I don't know gay slang. What's wet sanding?
You don't know man talk. That's what you just said right there. That was sad. I'm sorry, Troy. Wet sanding is when you use a really, really fine sandpaper, but you also wet it.
It's moist.
It's damn it. It does sound lame. Yeah.
You moisten it. It's even worse.
Yeah. I was moistening it and rubbing it on my plastic dip.
I thought I got.
This does
Thought I
sound
got moist on. Oh wait, never mind.
Not anymore.
Carry on.
Carry on. So I did. I wet sanded the whole thing and then went over it with like the rattle can, and it actually totally evened it out. But on the hood, it still had that whole Muppet effect. And I filled like a spray bottle with paint thinner, sprayed it all over the hood, and the paint thinner actually just like dissolved the plastic dip and
Just dropped it down.
Leveled it.
Yeah, you showed me. Like, I had heard about what you had done, and I was like, I know this perfectionist asshole. Like, there's probably the quote unquote bubbles on it weren't that bad.
No,
but
dude.
you showed me the back part that was still like not fixed, and you showed me the hood that you had fixed. I was like, oh damn, that's like legit fixed. Like, you've actually done something here.
Yeah, I just wish I'd known that. Apparently, if you screw up plastic dip, you just like spray some paint thinner on it, a light amount, and it'll just penetrate and flatten everything. Like, make it look real good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just wish I had known that
Earlier,
before doing both sides, the back, the whole thing.
The whole vehicle.
Yeah, and then I see some like redneck on YouTube, which YouTube's the greatest thing in the world. And this redneck's like, well, what I did was just sprayed some paint thinner on it, and the whole thing just kind of flattened out. I was like, well, let me try that. And oh, shit.
Works
Guy's
perfectly.
a genius.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't have to do anything to the hood outside of just spray it and stand.
Yeah.
Just stare at it and go, oh, my God, it's getting better.
That's why Plasti Dip's the best thing ever made for
It's the
vehicles.
most forgiving shit in
Yeah.
the world, man. It's unbelievable. But, yeah, so now it's like it's acceptable. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's acceptable. To the point I'm actually thinking about taking it down to Ocean City in a little while.
Like
Oh,
an
really?
hour or two?
I take that thing everywhere. Yeah, road. It's a Toyota.
In a little while, like here shortly.
Yeah.
When we get done with the show.
Yeah, after the show, I'm going to have a couple more beers, and then I think I'm going to drive down to Ocean City.
Do for it.
Oh, we're doing that in August, aren't we?
Yeah, so I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. So all the listeners out there, I have kind of been backdoored into helping plan a bachelor party for one of our buddies, and I think we've all been in this situation.
Yeah, he was.
I think we've all been in this situation though, where like the bachelor party's on the horizon, and then the best man is like working on it, but he's not really doing it.
He's like the best man because they've known him the longest or something.
I mean, he's his best man. They're best friends.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But the bachelor party's down in Ocean City, and the best man hits me up, and he's like, hey, man, I'm not having any luck in Ocean City. Now, I didn't know this about Ocean City, Maryland, but there's not, like, the big houses. You can't get, like, a big old party house. They just don't exist. I guess the way Ocean City was designed or developed over time was mostly hotels and things like that.
Yeah.
It's not big old houses. And if you do get
I've only
a
been
house,
there once, so I don't know much about it, but
the main drag of Ocean City, as long
it's
as
like a
it
strip,
is,
like Outer Banks, right? Like it's pretty thin.
definitely. But
Yeah,
it's like
water on both sides, and
you got it. But it's probably 150 blocks of like
can't be that far.
it is. It is.
150
Boardwalk,
blocks.
The boardwalk itself is probably
Like Virginia Beach has like 2 miles, and it's like 30 blocks.
well, the boardwalk itself is probably like 20 blocks.
Uh huh.
But I'm saying Ocean City, what people consider is probably stretches for like 150 blocks. Because you'd be like, oh, I'm staying 140th. I mean,
Oh wow.
so like that's
Yeah.
fairly normal. But
That's
all
crazy.
of that was developed back in the day when it was just like people with money came in and
Yeah,
built
yeah,
that
yeah.
up, and they put big old like either townhouses or hotels. So you don't have a whole lot of like beach houses because everything's crammed together. Make the most money possible. They're selling fries with vinegar. Shit, different kind of
You got to make up for it somewhere.
different kind of ball game there. So he's like, man, I'm having a real hard time like finding the place. He's like, can you help me out? So I was like, all right, so I'll take a look. I start digging into this, man. Ooh, if you're trying to find a place for 25 dudes, it doesn't exist.
Well, we went to another bachelor party there, and they found a big place.
Think about it. What did we do? Townhouse next to a townhouse, right? With the hotel across the street.
Yeah.
That's how we divided it out.
That's right.
You had 2 townhomes next to each other and then a hotel across the street for overflow. And so I start looking around, and I did find 2 townhomes next to each other.
Ooh.
And I was like, sweet, here's the one. And it was literally the only 2 townhomes I could find left in the whole damn place. And then they dicked around for a week, and we're like, all right, yeah, that's good. Well, they're gone now. Like, it was that.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going back and forth, back and forth. Finally, I find 2 hotels, both of which
The whole hotel we're getting.
both of which actively advertise Senior Week. Come here. Like, these are the beach week
Oh no.
shitholes,
No.
So I find one of them, and they're like, yeah, here's our hotel, and we also have this like house over here that we can rent. And what they do is they've been taking the houses and dividing them into apartments. Well, I was able to get my hands on one of the houses, and then I was able to get like an apartment. I'm doing air quotes for those at home that looks out over the boardwalk. So at least it's going to be like a really good party.
Yeah.
But you read the reviews, and they're like, smells like shit in there.
Oh,
And
hello.
then, like, one lady's like, I got bed bugs, and when I complained to them, they told me to go fuck myself and leave. And I'm
That
like,
sounds like our place.
Exactly. We're in.
Lock it up.
Book us for
Yeah.
next year, too.
And so the only other one that I could find, like, it came down to that one and another one that the website on the front page says, Senior Week, come here. We know how to party. And I'm like, oh, and that one's probably even sketchier. You
Yeah.
know? And so
Sounds stabby.
Yeah.
everything. You read all of the stuff that's down on the boardwalk down there, and like all the reviews are like, it was like an unholy wave of flies when I opened the door. AC doesn't work. Everything apparently smells bad. Like there's not a place for 17 blocks that doesn't smell bad.
Can you sleep on the floor at Secrets?
So Secrets is on like 40th, and there's a couple hotels there, and I actually discussed like booking an entire book of rooms,
Like 10 rooms or
the whole
something?
thing, and they were like, "Yeah, we could probably accommodate that for you," but ultimately, the Bachelor was like, "I'd rather have kind of the house thing."
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right, you made your bed."
Yeah.
And I waited 48 hours after discovering these places, and like things already started booking. Finally, I just pulled the trigger. I said, "All right, guys, here's where we're going. This bachelor party is going to be crazy awesome. There is going to be more complaints coming out of dudes who shouldn't care, but it's going to smell like a butthole. The hot water, I wouldn't expect much. AC maybe optional. This is going to be a little bit rough, but it's going to be the ultimate party. I mean, that's what I ultimately went for. It's going to sit out on the boardwalk. It's going to look over everything. Everyone's going to get shit-faced, have a blast. There's going to be action, oceanfront partying.
That's what we're there for.
Everywhere. I guarantee a good time if these prisses can get over the fact that the place is going to smell bad. You're going to get bug bites. It's not going to be great, but, man, we're going to party. So
I'm looking forward to it.
it'll be interesting to – Troy, were you invited?
Fuck yeah.
I love it. Troy's always like,
How
thanks
dare
for the
you."
invite.
You're right. I'm
Yeah, exactly.
95% of the time I'm not invited to things.
Sorry. The
But that's
listeners
by
get
you.
that. The listeners get that.
That's
joke.
by you.
Oh, he's pointing at Healy. That's
No, that's you.
dangerous.
You.
I see you pointing at Healy. I get it.
No.
Everyone,
You, the guy speaking right now. Yeah, crickets. You know all about it.
But
You
so-
don't invite me to shit.
Well, this isn't my party.
That's right.
You got invited.
He wants cool people there, so he's letting me in.
cool people and someone to find the place.
Yes.
That's what essentially what
That's
happened.
right.
He's like, "Hey, worker bee, get to work." Troy and I are trying
You
to
are the
drink
best.
beers.
You are the best at that.
Send me the address.
I'm telling you, there's nothing. I didn't know that town was like that because the last few times I've partied there, I was.
We are going in like the dead of summer, which has got to be their like money time.
and renting places during the summer. Like everything, anywhere where someone went the year before and went, that was really cool.
Yeah.
They rebooked. When by the time I was released on this, it was like, guys, you have 3 options in 20 miles. These are them.
That's a long way to travel too if you want to like do the nightlife thing, you know?
That's the beauty of where I've got us. You can walk to many a bar.
That's the crucial thing. Like I'll give up everything else.
Can't get to Secrets though. Secrets is the greatest bar in the world. I know we've talked about it on the air before. Anyone who ever gets to go to Ocean City, just go to Secrets.
If you've never been to Secrets, just go there. Like you should definitely go there. It's the greatest bar ever made.
I'm not kidding. It really is.
I've not been to a better place.
7 bars in one place, each one with its own vibe. All of them beach related though, but you can be in the water,
Yep.
having waitresses come out. You can be seeing bands outside on
The
sand.
food was good. We ate
Everything.
there, yeah.
Everything is better than Cookout.
Well, you wouldn't know.
I would not know. I would not know.
Well, last time we were there was for a bachelor party. We went to Secrets during the day. Went back to the room and changed. We went to Fager's Island, which is this cool little island place, like off the water. You go over the.
It's just nothing's the same as Secrets.
Yeah. Have you been to Fager's Island?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Very cool. But it's just
We didn't go back to Secrets at night. We were at Fager's Island.
It just
'Cause that's
stands
like
in the shadow
5
of-
bars.
It just stands in the shadow. It's like if you've been driving a Porsche and then someone hands you a Camaro, you're like, I mean, it's cool. It's just not the same.
I don't know. I had a
True.
blast.
No,
Had a
it is
blast of both.
But you're gonna have a blast in a Camaro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're gonna have a blast. It's just not exactly
We
the
wanted
same.
to change it up.
this batch, as long as people don't get too prissy on me, and I don't know what to expect because we definitely have some dudes that like in their 20s could deal with some shit. I don't know that those dudes can deal with this kind of, shithole anymore. But we'll find out very soon. That's for sure.
I'm all in.
It'll be a blast as long as people just get over the fact that, you're going to be bunking up with a dude in a mildew-smelling room.
Sounds awesome.
Game on.
We point at behind me.
Looking at everything over here, man.
I
These
hear
guys,
what we're doing.
lots going on. Lots going on.
The greatest of all time's playing right now.
Jordan's on?
LeBron James.
Okay. Don't let Big Rich hear you.
Yeah, he said he's trash.
Dude, having Big
He
Rich
doesn't
on
know what
the
he's
show,
talking about.
Having Big Rich on the show those last 2 episodes, you just forget how amazingly fun that dude is.
Dude, he's a special
Full
dude.
throttle.
He is full throttle. Like, I don't think he has a governor on that thing.
No. He doesn't slow
And
down.
he had his governor on in that second episode.
Yeah, he checked himself once or twice.
And it was still like, my God, man, you're at 11 with the governor.
Yeah.
It's insane, dude.
Spelling bee champ.
We'll have to have him back.
He's always welcome.
That's the what the spelling bee this year was won by a kid named Karthik. Can you
Is that his
spell
last name?
Can you spell Karthik? Like, you're setting a kid up to win the spelling bee when you give him a name, like pseudonym. Like go ahead, spell it, Karthik. Like from day one, he's like, but I don't even understand how it's spelled.
Doesn't make sense. Remember, did y'all do spelling bees back in like grade school and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I was awful at it.
Dude, I was always like the first round out guy. Like, I can't spell for shit.
Yeah.
I remember one year I actually won a history bee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was funny because I've told on the air. My parents put me on Ritalin when I was a kid because I was such a spaz.
Yeah.
And the year before I was on Ritalin, they had put me in an LD class because they were like, this
Learning disabled?
Yeah, like this kid. So I'm in there with like,
Short bus and everything?
not on the short bus, but like in there with some like interesting characters. Then I get put on Ritalin, and the next year I won in elementary school, won a elementary and junior high history bee.
Wow.
While on Ritalin, and then was put in all of like the advanced development classes. And I was like, this has been quite the swing in my world. So it was very interesting to go from LD to like whatever the hell the smart.
Where'd you
kids
wind
are.
up? Somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, I got off the Ritalin and became a C student.
Nice.
Killing it ever since.
Couldn't be happier.
Dude, I couldn't be happier. Like I realized who I was. The Ritalin years were good for me in the sense that I realized I wasn't an idiot.
Yeah.
That's what it helped me do. And
Dude,
that
I'm
gave
trying,
me a little confidence.
Like, I want to keep my kids off that shit so
Yeah, you
bad,
have
dude.
to.
Like, I
Dude,
feel
it was
like that's
horrible.
not the answer, man.
They're boys.
Like,
Yeah.
The problem
when
is they're not interested in what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Let it ride out.
Yeah.
and that's what I learned.
The thing is that what I've discovered from kids that need that stuff is you will absolutely know that kid needs that very early.
Yeah,
Very early. Like,
absolutely.
This fucker's off the wall at 5. Like,
Yeah.
cannot fucking stop. And legitimately, you have to be like, holy fuck, calm
Yeah.
down. If the kid gets a little older and you think he turns into needing it, that's just because he's a kid.
Yeah.
I think I was a legitimate spaz like the whole time. The only saving grace I can say about the Ritalin is it gave me the confidence to be like, oh my God, like I'm not the kid who has to sit here. I was literally sitting in the class like, here's the Tourette's kid, like here's the kid who doesn't speak.
Well,
And
what's
it's like,
crazy is, like, I volunteer a lot at my kids' school, and, like, schooling's so different now. Like, both my kids, like, I go to their classes, it's different than when we sat in class, we sat at a desk, and we faced forward, and we watched the teacher the entire time. Now all the desks are grouped together in little pods. My kindergartner, that dude, like, is doing dope shit constantly, and the teacher's sending pictures and videos, and, like, they're just, like, they're doing all this cool interactive stuff where it's not like sit forward, shut the fuck up, and pay attention. It's like go
it really
explore,
did
go
seem
do
like
your
more
stuff.
like class was.
Oh yeah,
I think that developed out of like those Montessori schools.
oh yeah, definitely.
You know, they like saw that they were like, oh, if you let a kid kind of like figure out their own path and then
Yeah.
we teach them about that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like, oh, they do really well.
Yeah,
And
they
I think
give them
that would-
challenges and like like my youngest ones in this program where like they can go from like there's a kindergarten, first grade, and second grade class, and like if you're having trouble, you can drop back down and work with those kids. If you're doing better, you can move up and do math with those kids or read with those kids. You know, kind of that way you're not just shoehorned in like we're teaching this. Like, no, you're not ready for that, or you're better than that. Let's move along. Yeah. Like, for us, it was never about that. It's like, sit still, shut the fuck up, and face forward.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was it. And I wasn't good in that environment.
Kids don't do that. Kids don't sit still, and kids don't shut the fuck up. Like, you're just not doing that. Like, and we asked that way too much of them.
When I learned to sit still because I was on the Ritalin, all of a sudden I did well. And then after I realized, okay, I'm capable of it, then it was like I found myself. I was like, take me off the Ritalin. Yeah. I get it. If I try real hard, I can do it.
Just imagine tomorrow, if you had to go into work and sit forward and listen to somebody lecture for 8 hours straight. Like, we all do continuing ed sometimes. It's like the most brutal thing ever. And you get breaks and you like you can like play on your phone and stuff. But like, just imagine just sitting there, facing forward, shutting up the entire time. Like,
public school is slowly drifting into babysitting.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
I hadn't thought about
but
that.
I also feel that public school is what the parents make of it. I feel like your kid can get a lot out of it if you are interactive and you work with them.
But if that's the case, then what do you need the school for?
Well, because I don't have time.
You can't do it all.
Take them
to teach. You know what I mean?
Right, but if there's a level where you can't go. Like there's a fine line of how much interaction you can do. Right?
I mean, I only have so much bandwidth.
Exactly.
That's my problem. You know?
Yep. I'm with you.
Well, hopefully everybody this week just stared forward and enjoyed this episode. Because that's what we want you to do. Actually, as we know, podcasts are the best for like dicking off, mowing your lawn, going about your day, lifting weights.
Driving. That's when I always have podcasts on.
Driving's the best.
It is.
Dropping weights on yourself, that occasionally happens. Nothing better than when you're in the gym and a podcast makes you laugh so fucking hard that you like the weights shudder. You're like, oh God help me. So no, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're always glad when you do. I also love it when you tell your friends about it, or pull the old Cincinnati Swap, sign them up for it, let them know what you've got going on. If you haven't had a chance to check out Ely on Twitter or Instagram, you can do so at ITPH Podcast. He's the one who will follow up. Or you can reach out to us on the Facebook page, or you can always send us topics on the Gmail at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. We do check that before we start every episode. So if you've got a topic you want to send us, that really is the best way to get it over to us, because we will check it out, and then we may talk about it.
Maybe not.
If your topic was trash. It was pretty good.
Garbage.
Hot garbage.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you, Ely, for being the special guest joining us tonight.
Oh,
nice.
Burn.
Burn, bro. Glad we were able to win a deli, man. I'm excited about that. We may have found a summer beer for everybody. We'll be talking to you guys soon.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?